Hi everybody, my name is Eeti. I am the PM for M365 Developer Program. So just to give us a little bit more context about what M365 Developer Program is all about. So as part of M365 Developer Program, we offer free and renewable full-featured E5 sandboxes. The proposition here is that we provide you these free sandboxes to help you prototype and test various M365 solutions and Copilot solutions. These E5 sandboxes, they come with 25 licenses, which basically means that each sandbox, each tenant that you get will have 25 odd licenses attached to it. The core proposition that we offer is that these are instant tenants, which means they are pre-configured with rich sample data with 16 user data already pre-configured into it, which means that you can jump directly into experimentation without really worrying about setup, right? You could just dive into innovation because your setup is something that is taken care by us already. We also provide personalized recommendations on developer resources. While you sign up for the program, there is an option wherein you can select that, hey, what's your area of interest? It could be Copilot, it could be SharePoint, it could be OneDrive, etc. And basis the choices that you make, the content is then tailored basis your choices. Now, while this is a great offering, who exactly is eligible to this program? At the moment, we are open to enterprise customers, which would include ISV partners, MAI CPP partners, Premier or Unified Support partners. Also, if you have a valid professional or enterprise Visual Studio license, then M365 developer subscription comes as a benefit to you. Moving on to how exactly do you sign up? So the process is pretty straightforward. If you are an ISV or MAI CPP partner with Microsoft, the onboarding process is completely automated. All you need to do is just log on to developer.microsoft.com and use your corporate credentials, and you should be able to go ahead and request a M365 setup subscription. This would hardly take you 5 minutes of time. If you are a Premier or Unified Support partner with Microsoft, then you will have to either reach out to your customer service partner or your account manager, who will then reach out to us, through which you will be able to get a valid E5 subscription, M365 Developer Pack subscription. For VSS subscribers, Visual Studio subscribers with professional or enterprise licenses, you can, again, the onboarding process is completely automated. You just need to log on to the VSS portal and you should be able to go ahead and claim your free dev program subscriptions. I've also pasted a couple of links here through which you could learn more about the program, more about how exactly do you sign up. I will also paste these links in the chat after I'm done with the presentation. um, Moving on to some frequently asked questions about the program, that when will we be open, or will we be open to the general public again? So we keep evaluating that periodically. However, our current focus is enabling our valued, engaged, and verified customers like you. I already spoke about the eligibility criteria. So at the moment, the program is open only to the eligible partners that I spoke about. Second most frequently asked question is that, do we require credit cards? So today, developer program does not require credit cards, but going forward, as Microsoft is now adding payment instruments to all free trials to make the systems more secure, we are also introducing a requirement of credit card for all new customers that join our program. Uh, the third question is, will there be a program fee? So while we are making credit card requirement as a mandatory requirement, the base E5 SKU that we offer will continue to remain free. However, if you want to purchase additional licenses, for that you will have to pay. But otherwise, the base, our core offering of base E5 SKU with 25 odd seats and all sample data configured will continue to remain absolutely free of cost. Yeah. Okay, moving on some of the recent updates. This is where things get exciting. As I spoke about the automated onboarding for ISV, Premier, and Unified partners. So earlier, what used to happen is that you had to reach out to us, and usually there was a turnaround time of approximately 3 business days, wherein we requested some details from you, validated that at our end, and then approved your request, and only then would you have been able to request a subscription. But we have completely taken away that friction now, and the onboarding for ISV and Premier and Unified support partners is fully automated now. So now instead of 72 hours, you can now get your developer subscription within just 5 minutes, fully loaded with sample data, with fictitious users data, and you should be just ready to dive in. Okay, moving on to the next one. Now, this is a very interesting one. So, as I mentioned that for Visual Studio subscribers, M365 Developer Program is offered as a benefit, right? The benefit is twofold. One is, of course, that you're getting a free M365 developer subscription. However, the second benefit is that today developer programs operate on a renewal basis. We do monitor your development activity, and only if you have done sufficient development activity will you be eligible for renewal of M365 developer subscription. However, with Visual Studio subscription, because it is a paid subscription, this essentially means that now your developer program subscription is linked to the validity of your VSS subscription, right? So this is something that's good for you. What we have done is previously what used to happen is that say suppose your Visual Studio subscription expired. In that scenario, there were cases where customers lost access to their developer subscription, even if they renewed their Visual Studio subscription. So we have introduced a new feature wherein you can now update your renewed Visual Studio subscription, which will basically ensure that your access to your existing sandbox remains intact and there'll be no customer data loss here, right? So this is the feature, as you can see in the tile here, which says the update option. All you need to do is go ahead and purchase a new Visual Studio subscription and just click on update, and you should be able to select the new Visual Studio subscription that you have purchased, which will basically restore your M365 developer subscription. So this is something that we have recently launched. Would be great if you folks can go ahead and try this out and let us know how you feel about it. Okay. Coming to some of the new upcoming launches, most exciting part here, one key ask from developers has been to enable Copilot purchases within the M365 E5 developer sandbox itself. And we heard you. All new customers for Dev program will now get commerce enabled sandboxes, which primarily means that you will now be able to purchase Copilot licenses from within your sandbox environment. This will require you to create a billing account using your credit card, or you could also use your org billing account during your sign up process as well. Basis this, with this feature, we are primarily unlocking that capability for you, which will allow you to purchase M365 Copilot licenses directly from your sandbox. I have a small demo video on the Copilot starter pack.
As part of M365 Developer Program, we provide E5-enabled instant sandboxes, pre-configured with sample user data and rich content packs for apps like Teams and SharePoint. This means developers can skip the setup pain and dive straight into experimentation. But when it comes to Copilot development, there's a barrier. Meet John, a developer at a global bank tasked with building a Copilot agent that generates financial insights. Before he can get started, he spends hours jumping across dev camps, Copilot labs, and Microsoft Learn to figure out prerequisites and the right environment required for Copilot development. The setup and not the solution consumes his time. Today, with so many resources, developers get confused about what to download, when to install it, and what's actually required, and still need to manually configure everything before building. This friction slows Copilot development. To solve this, we built the Copilot Starter Pack. We consolidated prerequisites into a sharp, curated set of tools and wrapped them in a one-click setup experience. With a single install, John gets everything he needs, including Visual Studio Code with the Agent Toolkit, Azure CLI, Power Platform CLI, Azure Functions, and Graph Connector extensions for VS Code, and much more. After downloading the Copilot Starter Pack, John runs a PowerShell command, automatically installing all the dependencies. Next, John dives into VS Code, where Agent Samples and Agents Toolkit extension to accelerate building are already installed. Let's see how he can set up a weather agent in a few minutes. He pulls up details of his pre-deployed LLM model, including OpenAI Service Key and Service Endpoint, and feeds it into the system. He then selects the weather agent template, and within seconds, the project setup is complete and ready to run. It also provides multiple debugging experiences, including the Agent's Playground, designed for rapid iteration. When John clicks on Debug, the installed toolkit signs in with his Azure account, starts a local server, connects to the LLM model. In seconds, the localhost window opens, ready for real-time debugging for the agent. On Agent's Playground, John can validate and fine-tune his agent. A quick weather query returns accurate output, confirming his setup is working. With the Copilot Starter Pack, John deployed his agent in minutes, without any setup delays.
Great. So that was the short demo. And thanks everybody for listening in. We would love to interact more with you, understand more about developer requirements, understand how can we make M365 developer program more suitable for Copilot developers. So here I've pasted a small, there's this QR code. Would request if all of you could just scan this, fill this short form, and we would reach out to you to set up time to get to know more about your requirements. Thank you.